Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This time I'm doing something totally different. Now for this one you don't need any special tools, you don't need any special equipment, you don't need any special skills either. What you will need is you'll need access to a laptop or a PC and a printer. But apart from that, we're going to need a couple of little bits later on, but I'll explain those to you. But apart from that, yeah, that's about it. But at least it's something you could probably do with the kids because school holidays are coming up soon. And they can make something, give it away as a present later on. And it keeps them occupied for a couple of hours, hopefully anyway. But anyway, this is what we're going to be doing. A sticker on a mug. Well, I'm going to be doing a mug because I've broken my last one. So I need a new one down the garage. So I'm going to put a decal on a mug. You can put it on a plate if you want. You can put it on a piece of glass, a piece of perspex, a piece of furniture, even your living room wall if you want to, as long as it's smooth enough, because the paper we're going to be using is relatively thin and it tears quite easily. So, yeah. So as long as the surface is quite smooth, you'll be able to stick it to a majority of things anyway. So, but what I'll do is I'll go and sort the bits out that we need, and then I'll come back and I'll explain to you where you can get some of the stuff from, and then we'll go on and we'll produce this mug of mine anyway. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, so these are the bits that you need. Because I'm going to be printing it onto a mug, I've got some mugs, but yeah, whatever you're going to print it on, whether you're going to print it on a plate, a dish or whatever, you need to get it ready. But I get these off an online auction site. I buy about 12 at a time. They're just a basic 11-ounce plain white mug. There's nothing special about them. And you get decent sized drink out of them as well. So that's what you need. You need whatever you're going to print it on. It doesn't have to be white, it can be a different colour, and I'll explain that in a bit. And you need this. Now this is an acrylic lacquer. Now we need this. You can buy this from any DIY stall or even a Motor Factors. Around about £5.50 a can. But we need it to fix the ink onto the paper once we've printed it, so to stop it from running. So you need a can of that, and the most important thing, you need this, which is water slide paper. It comes with the instructions on it anyway, so yeah, if you're not quite sure, it'll still tell you how to do things. But you can buy 5 A4 sheets for about £5. Now you can get it from a craft shop or again online auction sites. But and they do two sorts of paper as well. You can get one with a clear background, and you can get one with a white background. Now, if you're printing onto a dark coloured mug or something, you need a white background, because anything that you print in white will show up then. But if you're printing onto a white surface, then you can use a clear, because obviously the white surface behind it will show up as white. So because you can't actually print white on the printer. So they're the three things you need. But the other thing that's important, depending on which printer you got, they do two sorts of paper. So you need, if you've got an inkjet printer, you need inkjet water slide paper. If you've got a laser printer, you need laser water slide paper, and the two don't mix. So get the right paper for your right printer. So anyway, what we'll do is I'm going to sort out a couple of other bits. I'll come back to you in a minute when we're ready to go to the next stage. So I'll see you in a bit. So we're on to the computer bit now. Now, if you're not printing an A4 sheet and you're printing it onto a mug or a dish, plate, whatever you're going to be doing it to, here's a top tip for you. Now go to shapes, pick whatever shape you want or whatever you're going to be printing it onto. So say for this one, that's for a plate, say for instance. I can do another one as well. So insert a shape, here we go. We'll do a square. So if you just wanted to put a picture, whatever, yeah, whether it's going to be a mug, but you can actually now fill that shape with white or no fill sort of thing. And the same with this one. We'll just get rid of the colour on the inside. Now if you print these out, yeah, you'll know whether it's going to fit. Now all you'll be printing is that outside line and wasting one piece of A4 paper. But if you've not quite got it right, you can resize it, turn that piece of paper around, and put it in until you've actually got the right size that you need, if you're not sure how to resize it in the program. That way it's going to save you a lot of ink, and it's going to save you a lot of paper, water slide paper as well. So that's a top tip for that. But like I say, if you're going to use a whole A4 sheet, you've not got to worry about that bit. So right, I'm going to get my designs ready for my mug, and I'll be back with you. So this is what I'm going to be putting on my mug. It's going to be a picture of my truck on one side and some writing on the other side. Now, when you print this out, what you need to do is print it on the best setting you can. So if I go into my printer settings here, go to printer properties and paper stroke quality. Right, it goes here, normal or best. Now you need the best because it's a bit like photo paper. You need the best quality print to get nice crisp lines and everything else. So we'll do that. We'll just set that to OK. There we go. And I've already put a piece of water slide paper in the printer. You just fit it in just like any normal piece of paper, and we're going to print it. So here we go. I just got to wait for this one to come out. So here we go. It's thinking about it. Technology, you see, this Wi-Fi stuff, it just it's not the best. But come on, here we go. Right, I've been and had a cup of tea, and what have you, and it's just decided to come out the printer. There we go. So that's my. There we go. That's what's going to go onto the side of my mug. Now I'm going to let that dry for 5 or 10 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we do next. So I've cut my decals off the end of the water slide paper. The other piece I'll use for another time. Right, now I've not actually trimmed the pictures or the lettering to the size I need, because what happens is once you spray it with lacquer, the lacquer runs over the edge, and because it runs over the edge, it tends to seal the edge. So when you try to slide the decal off the backing, it doesn't want to go sometimes. So always leave it a little bit too big to start with, spray it with lacquer, and then we'll trim it up later. So here we go. Like I say, just give it a shake, and it doesn't need that much. Ooh. There we go. That's it. It hardly needs anything on it. It just needs a covering just to seal the ink in. So we're going to let that dry, and we'll go on to the next stage, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay then. Now the lacquer's dry, it's time to cut out your decals, which I've already done, and I've got myself a shallow dish of warm water. So right, now to actually apply them, you put your decal in the warm water. Now they do curl up a little bit until the water starts soaking into the thing. Now it doesn't take long for the glue to melt on the back of the decal. And usually a pretty good guide is once you hold it down and it doesn't curl up anymore, you've not got long to go. If you leave it in too long, the decal will just float off the top of the back of the paper. But while you're waiting for that, what I like to do is I just like to get a bit of water, just get it on the mug like that. All it does is help the decal slide. So right, so I'll just take this one out and see if we're ready. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can see it moving. So what I'm going to do, I've sort of pulled the corner there a bit, but I'll get that in a minute. So anyway, so what I like to do, stick the backing on, or just lay it on top of the mug. I'm doing this one upside down because obviously it's going to be the other way around on the mug. So and basically you just pull the decal off. I don't know whether you can see that at the minute. You just pull the decal off of the backing paper. Keep your thumb on the decal and pull the backing paper the other side. So as you're pulling it, you'll see, there we go, it just comes off quite easy. Oh, there we go, get in picture, there we go. You just pull it off and it comes straight off. So that's that's how easy it is. And with the water that you put on it just before you put a decal on it, when things like that happen and it moves about, there we go. You can still move it about without doing any damage. I'll just try and get this corner out. It don't look like it's going to go. No, it's not going to go. It's actually pulled the corner off on there. So yeah, sometimes you've got to be a bit careful, but it's not going to detract from me being able to drink out of it. Now the other thing is, sometimes if you get a little bubble in there, what I like to do is I'll use the backing paper, and you'll feel it where the glue was on the back of the decal. Just rub it over like that, and it will take out the air bubbles or any creases. If you try to do it with your fingers on the top, you stand a greater chance of tearing the decal. So there we go. That's one side of it done. Now just got to do the other one. And again, just put it into the water. It will curl up. Just hold it down so the water will work. And as soon as it doesn't curl up on you anymore, there we go. It won't be long. So, but yeah, we're nearly there. It's not curling up anymore. So there, we'll just hold it for a few more seconds. There we go. And I'll just check now to see whether it's actually moving. No, not quite. Yeah, if you just rub it between your fingers and what have you, you can feel it actually move. So, right, I'll give it another go. I mean, this is how quick it is. There we go, it's moving. So, again, onto the mug. Just hold it with your thumb, the top of the decal paper, and then just pull out the backing from underneath. And like I say, because you've wet it, you can actually move it about when you've done. So there we go, it's coming off there. And this time we've got no bubbles and no creases. So yeah, happy with that. Now all we've got to do is let that dry. Now once that's dry, the other thing you can do, you need to let it dry for about 24 hours really. Now you can give it another coat of varnish to seal it all in once it's all dry after about, like I say, after 24 hours. Or the other thing you can do, just to sort of make it last a little bit longer, is you can actually put it in the oven for about 10 to 15, 20 minutes at 130 degrees to just harden it off. So yeah, that's it. So here we go. That's the mug all finished. I should be looking forward to a few cuppers out of that one. So thanks for watching. Hope it's been informative for you. Like my page and please subscribe. See you on the next one. DIY stores just across up and down the country. So, but what I'm going to do is, no, I'm not. I'm going to do nothing in a minute. So this is what I'm going to be putting on my truck. I'm going to be on my truck.